This was when I was healthier. Okay. We are going down, up. Okay. Okay, so good morning. So trying to wake you up again, so I kept it as morning. So it's now before I start, I want a favor from all of you. It's going to be an extremely difficult task. Would you be willing to go with me on this? Okay, some enthusiasm, yes or no? Okay, so this is me. Okay, on the back side I look very cute. And you know what these cookies are? This cookies, the jar of cookies represents your attention. I am trying to reach for your attention because it's the rarest commodity. Everybody is striving for attention, somebody's attention. If you don't hear me, I feel disempowered. So I am trying to reach for your attention. In order for me to be able to reach for your attention, can I request all of you to turn down your laptops? It's just 15 minutes. I know it's very difficult. You have some amazing conversations happening. But please turn off your laptop. And there is an activity also. When I say turn off, please shut down the screen. Now I can do it like a professor saying point out to tables, but okay. So thank you all. For those who have, people at the back, can you please close your laptop screens? I need your attention. Unless there is a UPI payment going, I'm okay with that. Okay, so if you're paying money, but otherwise, thank you. Now that I have most of your attention, let me move to the next slide. What is accessibility? The fact of being able to be reached or obtained easily. I tried to reach out to you by asking you to shut down your laptop. Okay? Now there are two ways in which we could have created accessibility. Either I put a ladder and I can reach to that attention. For me, the ladder right now, or I could keep the cookies right where it is. Now, if I was a movie star, if I was an influencer, if I was Shah Rukh Khan, I don't have, attention comes to me automatically. But unfortunately, as yet, I am not. So this ladder represents my request for you to close your laptops or your mobile screens or whatever it is. Now, I have tried to create an accessibility. Now you are accessible to me. And with your attention, I can now start talking to you. Okay? So question here. On your screen you have two people. Both of them are trying to reach to the top. A quick feedback on who do you think is going to reach there faster? The one who's standing? Anybody else wants to give in? How many of you think this gentleman will, in fact, he also looks like me for some say, okay. How many of you think this person is going to reach faster? There are some who don't, okay, awesome. And how many of you think this child is going to reach there faster? Some of them are saying, I'm curious. We'll get back to why you thought so, okay? But for those, a majority seem to say that, why do you think this gentleman will take less time than this child? Why? Quick. He can walk. Right? He can climb stairs. The child on wheelchair unfortunately cannot walk. Clear so far? We agree that the child on the wheelchair cannot climb steps. And therefore will take more time. Okay? Now hold this thought. I'm going to have a small quiz. Now that I have your undivided attention, I hope laptop screens are not opened again. Addiction is bad. Please bear with me. Winner gets chocolate. I'm going to show something on the screen. Pay attention closely, 15 seconds only, because I'm going to ask a couple of questions based on that. Are we ready? Okay, show of thumbs at the back. Thank you. This is important, okay? This is where the questions are. Okay, 15 seconds are up. I hope you all, with your undivided attention to me and to the screen, have understood. So now here's the quiz, okay? Ready? What are the top 3 disabilities in India? No, okay. As per census, how many people with disabilities are there in India? Those who are working in the sector can give it a pass. But how many, because that data was there, how many people with disabilities are there in India? No answers. Why? What happened? Why are you not able to answer? You're not able to read. Why? Something wrong with your eyes? No, I think is something wrong with your eyes. Then what is the issue? The slide was very small. So is the problem you or me? The font or you? The font. It was too small, no? So now let's get back. Why is this person able to reach but not this person? Where is the problem? Stairs. It's not the problem that the child is on wheelchair and this person has legs. The problem is stairs. I was staring, okay. And this is the mindset that we constantly work towards and work for. Is the world around you really accessible? Okay. Now for those who have turned on of your laptop screens, one simple task. Again, this is part of the deal. Without using your hands, can you open the laptop? Quick, 30 seconds. Without using your hands or asking anybody else. Of course, don't be smart. Without using your hands, can you open your laptop easily? Not if you have kept the laptop screen like this, okay, and using your nose. While it is stuck with the pen, okay, very nice. And your pen was in your mouth. अच्छा, without using a hand मतलब हाथ से पेन पकड़ के किया. Wow. Oh, you kids are such a pain in the neck. Some of you did it, thank you, good. But was it easy for those who did it? I mean, most of you couldn't. But even for those who did, it wasn't easy. I suppose, at least compared to if I had asked you to use your hands. So let's look at some facts. Okay. 1 billion people are living with disabilities. 1 in 7. It's mind-boggling, and I think when we think of disability, we always think of people on a wheelchair or somebody wearing dark spectacles with a stick or somebody wearing a earpiece, right? But that's not what disability is. How many of you wear spectacles here? You're all disabled. You can't read. If you remove this, you can't read something at a distance or something close by. You're all disabled. Now imagine if I had given the entire session with that size 3 font. In 2 minutes, you would have started looking down at your mobile or whatever it is. It doesn't make sense. What is happening? You're tuned off. Worse is, imagine that I had shared that slide with most of you except a few of you. So they could actually look at the mobile and read what I was presenting. Now how will you feel? Worse, excluded. को दिख रहा है मैं क्या है स्लाइड पे क्विज देगा मेरे को तो वो भी नहीं दिया. So you feel offended, upset, angry. One 50 million children have a disability. And again, I said disability is not just wheelchair, okay? That's the mindset. So some facts around India, 2.7 crore, this is the quiz. We have the RPWD Act. For those of you who, please spend some time going through it. But there are, use ChatGPT and have ChatGPT summarize the RPWD Act. Because those acts are very legal terms, very difficult to understand. ChatGPT does a great summary, okay? So use AI, since we are working on AI. However, we know, okay, is there anybody here who has a person with disability in their homes? 1, 2, please, again remember it need not be a child. It could be a senior citizen, your Aji, who cannot step out because she has arthritis. Or a grandfather who cannot step out because he broke his hip. These are all disabilities. They are cut off from the social conversations. Unfortunately, accessibility, like this sentence in this book, in this slide, is an afterthought. It comes right at the bottom. We want to bring it right in the middle. So, accessibility is the practice of making information, activities, environments sensible, meaningful, and usable for as many people as possible. We are not saying only for persons with disabilities. I think that's where the exclusion-inclusion conversation starts. Okay? For as many people as possible. Each of your startups at the back who are designing some app, some solution, some hardware, whether you realize it at this point of time or not, is your idea, solution, product, what you are building, is it accessible for as many people as possible? For those who are using apps, one interesting question that we raise, people who are illiterate. Illiteracy is a disability. Can they access your product if they are illiterate? We often tend to look at disability only in one lens. I'm just trying to expand this thinking of your. So here is a beautiful example. This is a school. It's snowing. 99% of people in India have never experienced snow. It's a big problem in most Western countries. And there is a ramp, okay? There is a ramp here. And the child is waiting here and the child is asking. The person cleaning the snow is saying, why are you not cleaning the ramp? The snow cleaner says, I will first clean the steps because there are so many kids who use the steps. So let me first clear those steps and then I will clear the ramp. No. You know what the child says? The child says, if you clear the ramp, all the other kids will also be able to go up. No. Can they not? That's the mindset. Inclusion is not just a word. If you clean the ramp, these kids can also go up. Why does a child in the wheelchair have to wait till the stairs are cleared and then ramp? And this is exactly the conversation we want to have as we move forward in this space. So I won't go too much, but there are, again, a lot of focus on physical accessibility, but there's also sensory accessibility and social accessibility. If you ever have a grandmother who has not stepped out for months or years, she is going to be grumpy. She is denied social accessibility. It really impacts every individual. So where do I start? Since some of you are here saying, okay, this is all fine, I really appreciate your thoughts around including accessibility. But where do I start? I am a technical person. I use mobiles. How will I start? Okay, so here is some guidelines. There is WCAG, Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, freely available, global standards. Spend some time. Some best practices, for example, look at this. How many of your solutions have this? Are you taking care of visual, auditory, speech, cognitive, neurological, and physical accessibility? If not, it's time to think. So at Disk, of course, we have been working with many startups. We have had 10 plus startups working in this space, 150,000 people that we have impacted. But interestingly, we have a few startups here in this very room. I discovered one when you came to dance. So the one working on accessibility. Can I request if Shivani and Sultan and, I don't know if Karan is there. Is Karan here? Karan, yeah, come. You're from Gudgudi, right? Karan from Gudgudi? Come, just to. So just see the kind of work that is happening. And almost none of you know these startups. Almost none of you. And look at the age of these young co-founders and organizations working in this space. So they are thinking, they are very actively trying to solve this challenge of accessibility. So we have Sultan from Vishesh, we have Shivani from Sensory All, and we have Karan, who unfortunately the co-founder Aditi could not come because she's in Bangalore with an 8-month-old baby. She could not come, although she wanted to come. They are doing a startup that creates inclusive play areas. Have you ever wondered how a child on a wheelchair can experience a swing in a park? You all have gone on swings, no? It's such an enjoyable activity. But a person on a wheelchair cannot. Either they have to be lifted or they have to be held or somebody has to put them on their lap and then take swings. Why? So why not the environment be designed to be accessible rather than we having to adjust completely? And we are embarrassed. People are staring at us because, reasonably a teenager is being put on a lap and then you're swinging. At so many levels, it is very, very unfortunate and very, very challenging, especially for caregivers. I think a lot of conversations are happening on persons with disabilities, but caregivers also are under a lot of stress. So if you enhance the life of a person with disability, you are also enhancing the life of the caregiver. They get more time to themselves. That's why some of you working in assistive tech are doing such an amazing work, because you are not transforming just one life at a time, you're transforming 3 lives at a time. 2 caregivers and the individual. So we want to move from accessibility as an afterthought to accessibility as a default. Accessibility as a default was actually the title of my presentation. But I realized that if I start with that, there are so many things that we have to start even before that. And that's the level of unawareness or limited awareness we have. So I had to go back and start from that. So
imagine a town full of physically.
So here's a small video, please have a look.
The community decided it was pointless to have ceilings 10 foot high and doors 7 foot high. So the ceilings were built at 7 foot and the doors at 5 foot. In every way they designed the place the way they wanted it. One day, a few able-bodied people come to stay. One of the first things they notice is the height of the doors. And the reason they notice is because they keep hitting their heads. They come to stand out by the bruises they carry on their foreheads. Soon doctors, psychiatrists and social workers all become involved. Committees are formed. Many people are worried. It's known as the problem of the able-bodied. Throughout the town there is a growth of real concern. Specially toughened helmets are handed out, free to the able-bodied, to be worn at all times. Braces are designed which give support and relief, while keeping the able-bodied wearer bent to normal height. Various groups of compassionate wheelchair users get together and form registered charities. Every quarter they have a collection run. Upturned helmets are left in pubs and shops for people to drop their small change into. There is talk of founding special homes. But then one day, it dawns on the able-bodied that there is nothing actually wrong with them, just that society excludes them.
So this flips the conversation. Imagine where the entire town is full of people on wheelchairs. They have designed the entire world around them for their purpose, and people like you and me land up there. The doors are 3 feet. I have to keep on bending. I keep hitting my head. And there's humor in it, but there's also something to think, because that's how we have evolved. Our entire setup is built for us, and almost nothing exists. So let's make Kumbh Mela 2027 the most accessible. Can we do this? Yes or no? Is it easy? No. Is it doable? Yes. So please join this initiative. There is a simple QR code. If what I have said moves you, it's something that you feel that yes, this is something I want to be involved with. There is a QR code, a simple Google form. Just enter your personal details, how you would like to participate, contribute in this initiative. It's a collective. No one person can do it. No one group of people can do it. It requires a lot of collective effort. The way you have defined your interest, we want to form a collective that can take this conversation forward. We did our bit by having a lot of conversations with the commissioner and collector and divisional commissioner, and they feel this is something that has not been really, we have not really paid attention to this. So like last year last Kumbhathon was the first Kumbh Mela. Last Kumbh Mela was first Kumbh Mela where there were no loss of lives or epidemic, at least for Nashik. Can we make this our dream? That people should use this as a benchmark, saying if Nashik can do it, imagine the awareness that goes out if this Kumbh Mela becomes accessible. And not just for persons with wheelchair. How will a blind person take a dip? How will a deaf person take a dip? How will an individual, who has cerebral palsy, far more complicated, how will that person take a dip? It's a problem worth solving, I hope, and it's something that we look forward, to engaging with. Thank you so much for patiently listening in. Some of you opened their laptops again. I am so mad. You're not listening to instructions. It's usually kids. What's wrong? Just because I look like your dad, you don't want to listen to me. But kids, you are the future. Our generation unfortunately has missed this boat. We don't want to make the same mistake with you guys, okay? Be aware, be mindful. At home, try and close your eyes and walk around without using your hands. Try to make coffee or fill water. On one leg, try and get downstairs, not too steep. But then you start empathizing, building some context. Okay, so can at least the kids at the back promise that you'll think about it? Yes or no? I'm sorry, I'm hard of hearing. Thank you.